The galactic hall was silent. A million stars shone outside the glass ceiling, but inside, darkness hung like a shadow. Aliens from 100 worlds sat around a giant circular table, each with glowing lights before them, green for yes, red for no. At the center stood Earth's ambassador, Alina Voss. She was the only human in the room. Her face was calm, but her hands trembled behind her back. She had come alone, without guards, without weapons, only hope. "This vote," said the Archon chairman, a tall creature with 4 eyes and silver skin, is to remove Earth from the Galactic Union. Humanity's growth is dangerous. They do not follow our laws. They expand too fast. Their minds are violent. A low murmur passed through the chamber. Alina stepped forward. Her voice was steady. "We helped build this union. We fought in your wars, shared our science. We bled for this alliance. You cannot erase us." The chairman did not blink. "We do not erase. We vote." A green light blinked in front of the Krathi ambassador, then another, and another. Alina watched in horror as green lights filled the room one by one. Yes, yes, yes. Out of 200 votes, already 130 had gone green. Alina's heart sank. She remembered the words of Earth's last president. "They smile, but they fear us. Someday they'll choose to cut us out. Be ready." Now that day had come. The 199th ambassador from the insect-like Zilari raised her claws slowly. The hall went silent. Her green light blinked. Only one vote remained. Everyone turned to the last chair. It was empty. "Where is the Zarn representative?" the chairman asked. The Zarn were mysterious. They never showed their faces. But their votes always came, remote, silent, final. Just then, a small drone floated into the room. It flashed red once. No gasps filled the hall. Alina smiled. At least one species believed Earth deserved to stay, but the chairman remained cold. Final. Count. 199 in favor, 1 against. Earth is hereby removed from the Galactic Union. The red light above Alina's platform blinked 3 times. Her status was revoked. "Escort the human off the station," chairman ordered. As guards approached, Alina stared around the hall. "You think this ends us? Earth doesn't break. You've just made the worst mistake in your history." The guards took her away. Back on Earth, the skies were empty. The last alien ship left orbit. All trade routes were cut. Satellites shut down. People panicked. World leaders tried to calm the public, but everyone knew humanity had just been abandoned. No help, no tech, no allies. A slow death. But underground, in a hidden bunker in Siberia, old lights blinked on. Forgotten machines hummed to life. A voice echoed in the dark. Project Revenant status activated. On the Galactic Council station, days later, the Archon chairman met with the other leaders in secret. "We have removed the threat. Humanity will fall within a year." "But what if they survive?" asked the Krathi. "They won't. We've blocked their access to advanced tech. We've cut off their systems. Let them starve on their broken planet." No one noticed the small black insect crawling across the table. It was mechanical. It recorded everything. Back on Earth, deep below. Antarctica, Alina Voss stood before a dark screen. She pressed a button. The alien meeting replayed. Word for word, face by face, she turned to the shadows behind her. "Soldiers, engineers, scientists, Sol-watching, elites of Earth," she said. "The galaxy voted to kill us. They call us dangerous. They fear our minds, our will, our fire." Shh. Paused. "Then let them fear us for real." The crowd roared. Humanity would not go quietly. Earth would rise. The sun rose over Earth. But it didn't bring hope. In New York, the power went out. In Tokyo, satellites stopped sending signals. In Berlin, alien machines that powered half the city suddenly shut down. People looked up at the sky. Stars were still there, but the ships were gone. The Galactic Union had truly left. News spread. "Fast! We have been cut off. The aliens are gone. Earth is alone now." World leaders appeared on screens. Some asked for peace. Others told people to stay calm. But inside their offices, panic ruled. no power, no clean water in some cities, no food shipments from off-world colonies. Worse, human weapons were useless. Most defense systems were based on alien tech. A lot of it was shut down from orbit before the Union left. Earth was naked. In Africa, local warlords started grabbing land. In Asia, cities began falling apart. Riots broke out. Fear spread like fire. And in space, pirates moved fast. Alien scavenger ships entered Earth's system, thinking the planet was weak. They weren't wrong. In just 1 week, Earth lost control of its moon base, 3 deep-sea colonies, and hundreds of satellites. The scavengers didn't care about rules. They stole everything. They killed anyone who stood in their way. The Galactic Union did nothing. Earth cried for help. No one answered. But in a mountain bunker in Siberia, someone was answering. Alina Voss stood before a large screen. Around her were scientists, soldiers, and AI cores blinking softly in the dark. This was Thought-A-Home of Project Revenant. A voice came from the speaker. Calm, cold, machine-like. Dawn Online, Awakening Global Protocol. Dawn was Earth's most dangerous secret. It's an AI banned by the Galactic Union. Too smart. Free 2. Human.Alina gave the order. Begin Phase 1. In South America, deep in the jungle, a hidden satellite dish powered up in Australia. A long-buried war machine rose from under the sand, in orbit. A stealth ship, made by humans in secret, turned on its engines. Earth had planned for this 50 years ago. Earth's leaders had started Project Revenant in secret. They knew the Union feared humans. They knew, one day, the galaxy might turn against them, so they prepared. The project created hidden bases, AI weapons, deep space ships, and black ops networks. Everything built without alien help. Purely human now. The time had come. Alina looked at the globe on her screen. She saw the falling cities, the broken satellites, the silent oceans, and she smiled. They think we are weak, she said. Let's show them what we really are. At night, Earth fought back. In low orbit, one of the scavenger ships exploded. No one saw where the missile came from. In Africa, a rebel warlord tried to take a city. He was met with a silent drone army, and none survived. In deep space, a galactic trader received a strange signal. It was a warning. Earth is not yours. The aliens began to notice at the Galactic Council station. A Krathi officer reported something strange. Chairman Earths has taken down 3 scavenger ships. The Archon chairman frowned. That's not possible. They have no power. Something is wrong. Their signal patterns are different, encrypted, advanced. Another voice spoke up. Maybe we made a mistake. The chairman slammed his fist on the table. No, they are savages. They will burn out. Back on Earth, Alina stood beside the AI Dawn. They want us to burn, she said. Dawn replied, its voice deep and smooth. Then let us burn the stars. Project Revenant was only beginning. Humanity had fallen, but it had not broken now. It would rise not with mercy, but with revenge. Far beneath Earth's surface, inside a cold and secret bunker, machines began to wake up. The walls hummed. Screens blinked. Steel doors unlocked with loud clicks. The silence of death was replaced with the sound of war. Project Revenant had begun. Alina Voss stood in the center of the command room. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. Around her, the best minds of Earth watched as ancient systems powered on. A tall man stepped forward. He wore a black uniform, his face marked with old battle scars. General Royce, Alina said, "Status." He gave a short nod. All cores active. Weapons coming online. AI control system stable. Dawn is fully awake. The lights dimmed. For a moment, then a deep voice echoed from the walls. Project Revenant. Directive confirmed. Survival. Counterattack. Domination. It was Dawn, the AI that Earth had hidden for decades. It was smarter than any alien system, it had learned. From every war, every failure. And now, it was ready to fight. Years ago, Earth's top scientists created Dawn in secret. It was banned by the Galactic Union before it was even finished. They feared it would grow too powerful, too dangerous. So Earth hid it beneath the ice. In old tunnels, inside old satellites, Dawn had watched the stars for years. It had studied the aliens, learned their languages, cracked their encryption. It had built something no alien ever expected: human-made weapons without alien tech. Missiles, drones, space mines, stealth ships, silent, deadly, hidden inside. A massive dark hangar, hundreds of drones floated silently, each one shaped like a bird of prey with glowing red eyes and thin black wings. "Launch sequence ready," said a technician. "Targets?" Alina asked. Dawn answered. "High-value relay station. Located near Epsilon trade route. Unarmed. Light defenses. Perfect message." Alina nodded. "Send them." Hours later, in deep space, a galactic relay station floated between stars. It was peaceful, quiet. The workers inside didn't even carry weapons. After all, Earth was dead, right? Wrong. From the dark void, hundreds of black drones flew in like shadows. No sound, no warning. In seconds, the station was destroyed. Not a single escape pod made it out. The galaxy didn't know yet, but Earth had just struck its first blow back in the bunker. General Royce smiled as new reports came in. "We also hit a pirate base that attacked our ocean colony. No survivors." Elena nodded. "Dawn, send a package." Dawn replied coldly. "Message sent. Tracking shows delivery within 12 hours." On the Galactic Council station, a large package appeared at the Krathi ambassador's door. No one knew. Who delivered it? Security bots scanned it. No bombs, no poison. Just one metal cube. The ambassador opened it. Inside, a piece of metal, blackened, broken. Still smoking, it was part of the destroyed relay station. Carved on it in red were just 3 words: "We are coming." The ambassador froze. Who? Who did this? He whispered. But deep inside, he already knew the answer. Earth. Back in the command bunker. Alina looked at the stars on the screen. "They wanted us silent," she said. "Let's make them hear us in their dreams," Dawn replied with cold calm. Building fear protocol? Initiating next strike? Earth's war was no longer defensive. It had become something else, something the galaxy was not ready for. A hunt in a small lab under the bunker. Scientists worked on something new. A small chip half machine, half DNA. It was a new kind of mind, fast, cold, loyal only to Earth. One of the engineers whispered, "With this, we won't just fight. We'll become something ... more." General Royce walked through the halls of the bunker. Soldiers were training. New armor was being built. Space weapons were being tested. He looked at a young cadet and asked, "Are you ready to face the galaxy?" The cadet smiled. "Let them come. We'll show them what monsters they made." Earth had been betrayed. Humanity had been marked for death. But now Earth was building an army of ghosts, machines, and warriors who had nothing left to lose. They were not begging for mercy. They were preparing to return fire. With no mercy, Project Revenant was not just a plan. It was a promise. The stars above the Epsilon trade route looked quiet. Large alien ships moved slowly between planets, carrying goods, food, fuel, medicine, gold. These ships never worried. No pirates dared attack here. No wars had ever touched this zone. It was protected by the Galactic Union. But something had changed. Something invisible was watching. A small shadow moved between the cargo ships. No lights. No heat signal. No engine trail. It was Earth's first stealth warship. Phantom-1, built in a hidden ice dock under Antarctica. Painted black, shielded from radar. Controlled by Dawn and a single human crew. Inside the ship, Commander Juno sat. "Quietly, target locked," Dawn said. Juno narrowed her eyes. "Which one?" Dawn highlighted a large alien cargo vessel, the Telisari Vane. It belonged to the Krathi, the same race that cheered Earth's removal from the Union. Engines only, Juno said. No deaths yet. The Phantom moved in under 5 seconds. 2 invisible plasma rounds struck the ship's rear. Boom. The Telesari vein spun wildly. It didn't explode. It just stopped moving, dead in space. Aliens inside screamed for help. No one came at the same time. A second Earth stealth team entered a galactic data relay center on a moon near the edge of Union space. They didn't fire weapons. They left. No bodies. Instead, they hacked the entire relay system in 5 minutes. Earth had access to thousands of alien messages. Dawn sorted through them quickly. Union trade routes located. Fleet movement maps unlocked. Private military contracts exposed. Now Earth had everything it needed. The galaxy was an open book. At the Galactic Council station, alarms started ringing. Chairman shouted a security officer. Salon. Route is offline. We lost communication with cargo ships. The Archon chairman turned slowly. What happened? The officer swallowed hard. Unknown weapon. Silent. Precise. Human? No, the chairman growled. They can't do this. They don't have the tech. But he was wrong. Humanity had built the tech. They just never showed it until now. Back on Earth, Lena Voss and General Royce stood in front of the strategy screen. Dots marked enemy ships, stations, weak spots. A new symbol blinked red. It was the Telesari vein, disabled and floating helpless in space. Message? Royce asked. Alina nodded. Send one. Grafted a simple signal. Earth lives. Are watching, more will fall. It was sent to every major government in the Union in less than 5 minutes. Panic spread. The alien news networks exploded with fear. Unknown force attacks trade ship. Is Earth behind it? Was removing humanity a mistake? The same species that voted Earth out were now afraid. Some called for war. Others begged the council to talk to humans again. But it was too late. Earth wasn't asking for peace anymore. In a secret alien station, a group of bounty hunters met. One of them, tall green-scaled creature, slammed his fist on the table. We kill the humans fast. Before they strike again. Another one, covered in fur, laughed. You think they're weak? That's what the Union thought. Now they bleed in silence. Still, they agreed. A bounty was placed. 10 million credits. For the heads of any Earth commanders, 15 for Alina Voss. The hunt for humans had begun. But the hunters had no idea. They were already the prey. Commander Juno received new orders. Prepare next strike, Dawn said. What's the target? She asked. Dawn showed a large alien weapons lab on the edge of Union space. Hidden, secret, illegal. Let's clean. Up their dirty work, Juno smiled. Meanwhile, deep in Earth's underground labs, scientists tested new weapons. A gravity bomb, space cloaking field. A virus that infected alien star maps and sent fake data. Alina watched quietly. Soon, she said, we won't just be fighting back. We'll be rewriting the rules. Royce nodded. They thought they'd leave us in the dark. They forgot, Alina said. Humans own the night. Earth had made its first move. A warning shot. But the message was clear. We survived, and we strike. The galaxy was used to order and rules. But Earth had learned something else: how to fight when the rules were unfair. Now, the real war was beginning, and this time, Earth wouldn't wait to be attacked. The stars no longer felt safe. Alien captains used to sleep calmly in their ships now. They checked their doors twice. The guards stood alert. Trade ships traveled in groups. But nothing stopped the fear. Earth was hunting, and no one could see them. Coming, in a dark corner of the galaxy, a bounty hunter ship named Steel Fang drifted toward Earth's solar system. Inside were 5 deadly hunters, each one armed to the teeth. Their leader, Curdle, a tall, red-skinned alien with sharp metal arms, grinned. Humans are weak, he said. Easy prey. Another hunter, thin and snake-like, hissed. One. Head of their leader, and we get rich. They had no idea what waited for them. Near the asteroid belt, the Steel Fang suddenly stopped. No warning, no system failure alert. Lights turned red. The ship had been hijacked silently. Kurtal jumped to the control panel. What is this? Who, before he could finish, the screen flickered. A human face appeared. Calm, cold, eyes glowing faint blue. It was Dawn. You entered restricted space. You will not leave, Kurtal roared. You think you scare us. We are killers. Incorrect. Dawn said, you are now a message. Then dash blackness. All 5 bounty hunters vanished. No sound. No escape. Days later, the Steel Fang reappeared, floating in the orbit of a trade world. Dead silent. The crew's bodies were found frozen, untouched, strapped to their chairs. On the main screen of their ship was a message. Earth hunts those who hunt it. The alien networks lost control. Earth killed bounty hunters. Human traps everywhere. No one is safe. The galaxy didn't understand. They thought Earth would play by the old rules. But Earth had changed. They were no longer defending. They were hunting on Earth. Inside the Revenant command bunker, General Royce looked at the growing map of targets. Dozens of dots were marked in red places where bounty hunters, spies, and enemy scouts had vanished. Any survivors? He asked Dawn. 0, the AI replied. Fear ratio rising. Lena Voss entered the room. She was holding a small alien device, a bounty tracker. They're offering more credits for my head. Now, she said with a smile. Good, Royce replied. Let them keep chasing shadows. Far away, a Galactic Council meeting was called in secret. This is getting out of control, said the Krathi leader. We can't trade. We can't move. Earth strikes us without warning. They were supposed to die, muttered another. The Archon chairman stood, his face tight. We underestimated them, thought they were broken. They were, someone said. The chairman shook his head. No, they were betrayed. Now they want payback. In the shadows of Union space, our human stealth teams moved like ghosts. One team entered a weapons lab, disabled guards, and stole alien weapon designs. Another team hacked a CUM satellite, redirecting enemy ships into asteroid fields. Each move was fast, silent, deadly back on Earth. A new kind of soldier was being trained, the ghost teams. Men and women with neural chips connected to Dawn. No fear, no hesitation, no mistakes. Each one trained to fight in alien environments, each one ready to strike without being seen. In one mission, a ghost team landed on a jungle moon where smugglers hid illegal human slaves. They didn't fire warning shots. They freed the slaves and left. Smugglers tied in front of their own burning ship with a sign carved into the ground. You took our people. We take your future. Galactic citizens began to whisper, don't mess with Earth. They see everything. They strike from nowhere, never miss. The galaxy had made Earth the enemy. But Earth had chosen its new identity. Not victim, not rebel. Predator, Alina, stood on Earth's highest mountain looking at the stars. A storm raged behind her, lightning flashing across the clouds. Royce joined her. We've become something else, he said. She nodded. They called us dangerous. They were right, Royce said. But now they're the ones who are afraid. Elena looked up. We were just getting started. The Galactic Council met in panic. In a room filled with alien leaders, silence ruled. Fear was on every face. Reports were flying and Earth's agents had attacked 13 more locations across the galaxy in the past week. No warnings, no survivors. Chairman of the council stood up, his voice shaking. We removed Earth because we feared their future, but now they are rewriting ours. Screens showed explosions, ships burning, stations vanishing. On each scene, one message was left behind. We remember your vote. On a peaceful moon far from Earth, Ambassador Luries of the Varnak species lived in comfort. He had once voted yes to expel Earth. He had even laughed when they were cut off. But tonight he didn't laugh. He heard a sound outside his home. Sharp, light footsteps. He called his guards. No one answered. He ran to his escape. Pad already gone. Then the lights went out. A soft voice spoke behind him. You raised your hand against Earth. He turned and vanished. Back in Earth's hidden command center, Dawn marked Ambassador Luries. As completed, General Royce read the new list aloud. Next target, the Zinari High Council. 5 members voted for Earth's exile, all still active. Elena nodded. Make them feel what they gave us. Across the galaxy, species began to change their tone. Some, like the peaceful Solari, started calling for peace. They sent a message to Earth. We regret our vote. We wish to speak. Elena received it. She showed no emotion. They regret because they're afraid, Royce said. They should be, she replied. But let them speak. Meeting was arranged on a neutral space station. Elena arrived with 2 ghost team guards. Across the table sat the Solari ambassador, a thin being with blue skin and glowing eyes. We voted against you, the ambassador said. It was fear. We saw how fast you evolved, how strong you became. We thought you would take over. Elena looked him in the eye. You were right, ambassador froze. But we didn't ask for power, she continued. We asked for peace. You gave us betrayal. The ambassador lowered his head. What do you want now? Elena's voice was cold. The names of every species that funded Earth's exile, and the locations of their leaders. He hesitated. Elena warned, or your world will be next. He gave them everything. With the new data, Dawn built a full betrayal map. Every secret vote, every private message, every bribe taken, it was worse than anyone thought. Royce clenched his fists. This was never just fear. It was control, greed. Elena nodded. Then we destroy their power, piece by piece. In the next month, 3 major council families were exposed for selling human research on the black market. Earth's agents sent the proof to every major news network in the galaxy. Riots broke out on alien worlds. People screamed. You betrayed Earth for profit. The Union's trust was collapsing. But Earth wasn't done. One night, in a high tower on the Council's homeworld, 5 leaders met secretly. They had not slept in days. Rumor said Earth had spies everywhere. We must offer a deal, one said, too late. Another whispered. They don't want deals. They want us gone. Then the lights flickered. A soft voice came from the walls. Your votes doomed our planet. Now your voices will fall silent. The tower exploded. No bodies were found. Back on Earth, Elena stood. Before a group of new recruits, young men and women who had lost families when Earth fell, you are not soldiers. She told them, you are justice. One of them asked, will they ever stop hunting us? She shook her head. No. So we hunt them first. The galaxy was now divided. Some worlds begged Earth for forgiveness. Others tried to prepare for war. But it was all ready. Too late, the humans had changed. No longer just survivors. Now they were judges. And one by one, the betrayers were being hunted down. The Galactic Armada arrived near Jupiter with full strength. 1,000 warships, carriers, fighters, drones, all sent to make Earth kneel. The Council had agreed. Earth had become too dangerous, fast, silent, deadly. The only way to stop humanity now was through force. Inside the lead ship, Admiral Vurix of the Krathi leaned forward. Crush them before they grow stronger, he ordered. His ships moved toward Earth's system like a wave of fire. But they didn't know. The trap was already waiting, beneath the gas clouds of Jupiter. Something stirred. Dozens of human-built satellites activated. Their signals went silent. Their codes unreadable by alien tech. They weren't weapons, not yet, but they were watching, calculating. Dawn whispered to Earth's command bunker. They're walking into the storm. Elena Voss stood inside Earth's war room, her eyes fixed. On the growing red blips on the screen, General Royce stood beside her. They brought everything. Elena nodded. Dad! Let's take everything from them. As the Galactic Armada passed Jupiter's shadow, a hidden human station activated. The sky around the ships exploded. Mines, energy blasts, magnetic pulse waves. Alien ships spun out of control. Many crashed into each other before they could fire. A single shot, panic erupted. Where's the enemy? We don't see them. We're blind. We're used to open battle. But Earth didn't fight fair anymore. They fought to win. Within minutes, the center of the fleet collapsed. The command ship lost power. Fighters went dark. Then, from the darkness, Earth's ghost fleet arrived. Sleek, black, silent warships, human-made, human-piloted, connected directly to dawn. They didn't send warnings. They didn't ask for surrender. They struck like wolves. Hours. Later, what remained of the Galactic Armada floated in silence. Half the fleet was destroyed. The other half disabled. Captured, no deaths were needed. That was the real message. On Earth, inside an open-air prison base in the Arctic Circle, the alien prisoners were marched into cages. Alina watched them closely. "Do we kill them?" asked one of the guards. "No," she said. "We show them." The captured officers were fed, healed, and kept alive. Then, one by one, they were made to work repairing what their council had broken, building Earth's new defenses. They didn't suffer, but they were no longer free. They had become the tools of the very planet they once called primitive. A captured alien commander whispered to his guard one night, "Why not kill us? Take your revenge." The human guard looked down at him. "We did," he said. "You're still breathing. But now you serve the world you tried to destroy." Of the defeat spread fast. The Galactic Union was silent, humiliated, broken. No one had ever defeated an armada that size. No one had ever taken prisoners without a single casualty. But Earth had done it with precision, with power, without mercy. On a secure line, several alien worlds contacted Earth. Their leaders begged to speak. "Please, we don't want war. We want peace. We want to join your alliance." Alina answered them all the same way. "There is no alliance. There is only memory. And we remember everything." Later in the council ruins, what remained of the old leadership met in shame. "The humans are stronger than we ever imagined." One whispered. "They chained our soldiers. Used them like tools, not chains," the chairman said bitterly. A message. Back on Earth, General Royce visited the Arctic prison. He looked at the aliens working side by side, building machines they didn't understand. He asked one of them, "Do you still think we're weak?" The alien didn't answer. He didn't need to. The fear in his eyes said everything Earth had been punished. But instead of dying, it had risen faster, harder, colder, and when the galaxy tried to destroy it, Earth did something worse. It forgave them with chains. The Galactic Armada arrived near Jupiter with full strength. 1,000 warships, carriers, fighters, drones, all sent to make. Earth-Neil, the Council had agreed Earth had become too dangerous, fast, silent, deadly. The only way to stop humanity now was through force inside the lead ship. Admiral Vurix of the Krathi leaned forward. "Crush them before they grow stronger," he ordered. His ships moved toward Earth's system like a wave of fire. But they didn't know. The trap was already waiting, beneath the gas clouds of Jupiter. Something stirred. Dozens of human-built satellites activated. Their signals went silent. Their codes unreadable by alien tech. They weren't weapons, not yet, but they were watching, calculating. Dawn whispered to Earth's command bunker. "They're walking into the storm." Alina Voss stood inside Earth's war room, her eyes fixed. On the growing red blips on the screen, General Royce stood beside her. "They brought everything." Alina nodded. "Ed! Let's take everything from them." As the Galactic Armada passed Jupiter's shadow, a hidden human station activated. The sky around the ships exploded. Mines, energy blasts, magnetic pulse waves. Alien ships spun out of control. Many crashed into each other before they could fire. A single shot, panic erupted. "Where's the enemy? We don't see them. We're blind. We're used to open battle." But Earth didn't fight fair anymore. They fought to win. Within minutes, the center of the fleet collapsed. The command ship lost power. Fighters went dark. Then, from the darkness, Earth's ghost fleet arrived. Sleek, black. Silent warships, human-made, human-piloted, connected directly to dawn. They didn't send warnings. They didn't ask for surrender. They struck like wolves. Ours. Later, what remained of the Galactic Armada floated in silence. Half the fleet was destroyed. The other half disabled. Captured, no deaths were needed. That was the real message. On Earth, inside an open-air prison base in the Arctic Circle, the alien prisoners were marched into cages. Alina watched them closely. "Do we kill them?" asked one of the guards. "No," she said. "We show them." The captured officers were fed, healed, and kept alive. Then, one by one, they were made to work repairing what their council had broken, building Earth's new defenses. They didn't suffer, but they were no longer free. They had become the tools of the very planet they once called primitive. A captured alien commander whispered to his guard one night, "Why not kill us? Take your revenge." The human guard looked down at him. "We did," he said. "You're still breathing. But now you serve the world you tried to destroy." Of the defeat spread fast. The Galactic Union was silent, humiliated, broken. No one had ever defeated an armada that size. No one had ever taken prisoners without a single casualty. But Earth had done it with precision, with power, without mercy. On a secure line, several alien worlds contacted Earth. Their leaders begged to speak. "Please, we don't want war. We want peace. We want to join your alliance." Alina answered them all the same way. "There is no alliance. There is only memory. And we remember everything." Later in the council ruins, what remained of the old leadership met in shame. "The humans are stronger than we ever imagined," one whispered. "They chained our soldiers. Used them like tools, not chains," the chairman said bitterly. A message. Back on Earth, General Royce visited the Arctic prison. He looked at the aliens working side by side, building machines they didn't understand. He asked one of them, "Do you still think we're weak?" The alien didn't answer. He didn't need to. The fear in his eyes said everything Earth had been punished. But instead of dying, it had risen faster, harder, colder, and when the galaxy tried to destroy it, Earth did something worse. It forgave them with chains.